PPP, which has came third in Pakistan general elections with 54 seats behind independents affiliated with Imran Khan's PTI and Nawaz Sharif's PMLN, is demanding during talks with PMLN the PM's post for its leader and ex-foreign minister Bilal Bhutto Zardari. In return, PPP is offering PMLN support to form a provincial government in Punjab, but the latter is reluctant to concede PM's post. Imran's PTI has rejected talks with PMLN and PPP and intends to form federal government independently. It is willing to contest poll results they deem manipulated. A day after announcing that his party would independently declare candidates for all 13 seats in Punjab and one in Chandigarh in a fortnight, AAP national convener and Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal on Sunday dropped clear hints that AAP would contest all 7 Lok Sabha seats in Delhi, delivering a blow to fellow India Bloc constituents. Congress plans to have an alliance in national capital. People of Delhi have decided to give all 7 seats to AAP, said Kejriwal in his address to a gathering during a ceremony to inaugurate Shri Guru Amardas thermal plant here. In last Lok Sabha elections, BJP had won all 7 seats in a triangular fight, pushing Congress to second position. Claiming that AAP government in Punjab is a beacon of honesty, Kejriwal urged voters to ensure it wins all 13 seats. 10 years ago, when he was appointed CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella made a big bet on cloud computing and pulled the legendary company out of the morass it had fallen into after it lost out on mobile and search revolutions. Now he is making an equally big bet on AI, which remarks love. His ambitious vigor has taken Microsoft past Apple and made it world's most valuable company with $3 trillion market cap. On a 3-day visit to India last week, Nadella spoke exclusively AI. He pointed out is breaking the link between college degrees and knowledge. This tech will give India the ability to turn more of its people more productive with better wages in more industries, he said. Ahead of a proposed Delhi Chalo march by farmer unions on Tuesday, authorities in Delhi and Haryana have fortified borders by putting up concrete blocks, road spikes and barbed wires to prevent entry of vehicles and deploying thousands of cops beside imposing prohibitory orders. Farmers are likely to come to Delhi via borders of Shambhu, Kanori and Dabwali along with tractors, trolleys with sufficient rations and logistics for 6 months. Delhi Traffic Police Advisory says restrictions and diversions will be imposed at Singhu and Tikri borders from February 12. Over 200 farm unions plan to march to Delhi on February 13 to press Over 200 farm unions plan to march to Delhi on February 13 to press center to accept several demands including law of MSP. An intel alert says protesters may sneak into capital before February 13 and may try to gather at PM's house and ministries' residencies. Center calls farm leaders for second round of talks on Monday. Lakhs of aspirants from non-Hindi speaking states who wish to join the Central Armed Police Forces as constable will no longer be hindered by the language barrier, as the test will be held in 13 regional languages in addition to Hindi and English starting this year. The city's air quality turned very poor due to a sudden change in weather pattern and low wind speed. Delhi also saw a respite from a cold wave as the minimum temperature was 7 degrees Celsius, 3 notches below normal, but warmer than 5 degrees Celsius a day earlier. A cold wave is declared when the minimum temperature is below 4 degrees Celsius or at least 4.5 notches below normal. According to IMD, the maximum and minimum temperatures may hover around 25 degrees and 8 degrees Celsius respectively on Monday. The maximum temperature on Sunday was 24 degrees Celsius, a notch above normal and slightly warmer than 23 degrees Celsius a day earlier. The city is likely to see a further rise in daytime as well as minimum temperature. According to the weather department, the maximum temperature may reach 26 degrees Celsius in the next 6 days, while the minimum temperature may cross 10 degrees in a week. There are chances of the sky being partly cloudy towards the night, which will cause a rise in the minimum temperature. The earth releases heat during the night and a cloudy sky does not allow the heat to scatter into the outer atmosphere. Thus, the minimum temperature rises. There are also chances of a shallow fog in the morning, an official of Indian Meteorological Department said. The air quality index showed a reading in the very poor category at 314 at 11 am. The reading remained till 3 pm. The average air quality index was 313 against 295 a day earlier. According to pollution forecasting agencies, the air quality is likely to remain in very poor from Monday to Wednesday. Birders have spotted the trail of species flying back home, suggesting reverse migration as the season changes from winter to summer. According to the expert, generally reverse migration begins toward the end of February or by first week of March, but this year the pattern suggests otherwise. The birders' claims followed the spotting of a species called fire-capped tit, a songbird that prefers forest over wetlands, breeds in the Himalayas and migrates down to southern part like the Ghats and Kerala during winter. The bird was spotted in the Aravalli region along with similar species like the black redstart, suggesting arrival of summer. The fire-capped tit is a Himalayan bird which flies down south towards western Ghats and Kerala around September and is back around February end and March. On Sunday, birder Udyaman spotted one at the Aravalli Biodiversity Park, which suggests a prelude to reverse migration, which is still 10 to 15 days earlier. For the year, the winter also almost ended, birder Major General Arvind Yadav said. People who have opted for Delhi government's power subsidy may not have to reapply immediately in the next fiscal year, as the government might automatically renew or extend the deadline. The need of renewing the subsidy was necessitated after the government revamped the scheme in 22, making it mandatory for domestic consumers to apply to get the benefit. Government sources said though the deadline for people who have opted for subsidy expires at the end of the fiscal year on March 31, it is most likely to be auto-renewed as the model code of conduct for the general elections could kick in by that time in Delhi. Also, since a large number of people have opted in, the exercise do not lead to major changes in financial structure, he added. A senior government official said due to the possibility of the code of conduct being in place, the scheme could be auto-renewed till the code is operational. Even though the code of conduct does not halt existing schemes, but with elections around the corner, a lot of administrative machinery get occupied. So auto-renewal provisions could be invoked. Massive security arrangements are being put in place in Delhi as its borders after alerts from the intelligence establishment about plans of protest by some farmer group in the next few days. While the focus is on the voting any unlawful congregation between February 13 and 15, there are apprehensions that attempts may be made after that as well as in the run-up of 24 Lok Sabha elections. A gathering on the lines of protest of 21 is being anticipated and cops have been asked to take appropriate measures to stop the group from entering Delhi. Haryana police is also taking a range of measures including putting up different kinds of roadblocks to stop the protesters. On Saturdays, police conducted mock drills and tested their tear gas, shells and launchers, while led to many residents of East Delhi complaining of eye burns. Orders under Section 144 CRPC were issued on Sunday prohibiting any congregations in several areas of Delhi. One of the alerts issued by the N agency regarding the possible congregation says that the protest may sneak into Delhi before February 13 also and may try to gather at PM's house and residences of Home and Agriculture ministers. The protesters may reach New Delhi area in small groups by car, two-wheelers, metro trains, etc. and appear suddenly at any spot to hold snap demonstrations, the alert warns. The protesters cops anticipate may try to enter Delhi during the night, apprehending that there could be heavy deployment of force during the day. Some opposition politics party, trade unions and student unions may also support and join the protesters to gain mileage. Security may be upaided in New Delhi North and Central District like Ramlila Ground, Rajghat, Red Fort, Kisan Ghat and Parliament, besides PM and Home Minister residences among other places of significance, reads the alert. Farmers are expected to come to Delhi via borders of Shambhu, Dabwali along with their tractor trolleys with sufficient food ration and logistics for 6 months from various places. Some farmers might start early to invade police action and arrive 2-3 days prior to February 13 and hide in permanent gurudwaras, dharmshalas, ashrams and guest houses and hold snap demonstrations. Some farmers may try to enter from remote non-demotable borders where there is less movement to create an element of surprise. If the protesters are able to gain entry into Delhi, they may not be vacated soon, the alert warns. The current assessment in terms of mobilization as shared by the intelligence units in Punjab and Haryana is 10 to 15,000. Further, 2 to 2,500 tractor trolleys are expected at various borders of Delhi if the farmers continue their march to the capital unabated. A part of March to Rally program, farmer unions are also modifying tractors to be used as store shelter for extending stay at the protest venues. The alert states that over 40 rehearsals of the march using tractors have been held in Punjab and Haryana. On February 1, rehearsals were conducted in Fatehabad and Kaithal, Haryana, in which 50 to 60 tractors participated. On February 6, it was held in Sonipat. It states the mobilization till now has been through organizational networks and social media. In Punjab, more than 100 meetings have been held with a gathering of 80 to 100 each regarding the proposed tractor march to Delhi on February 13. Various leaders' intelligence input suggest have visited Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and other states to seek the support of farmers here. Earlier during the protest in 2021 against now reappealed three farmer laws, farmer organizations had shown a tendency to confront police and has adopted aggressive protest techniques. Besides, some groups may try to escalate the situation, may further aggravate the law and order situation, say sources. The protesters may try to break the barricades and resort to stone pelting, arson, damaging the government and private vehicles and properties, and may indulge in other unlawful activities, the alert says. They may use teenagers, women and children to force their entry into Delhi. There are concerns that the supply of vegetables, fruit, milk and other necessities may be impacted if farmers block borders, roads, expressways, highways or other areas. Such shortage of essential items can affect the law and order situation in some areas of Delhi. AAP National Convener and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann along with their families will visit Ayodhya on Monday to pay obeisance at the Ram Mandir. The visit ahead of Lok Sabha polls is yet another attempt by Kejriwal to strike a chord with people by showing support for the temple. Kejriwal's parents will also accompany him. He was invited to January 22 consecration ceremony but had said that he wanted to visit the temple later with his parents, wife and children. BJP has cited videos to maintain that Kejriwal has done a U-turn on the temple issue. In 21, when he visited Ayodhya and offered prayers at various temples, BJP shared videos of the AAP chief criticizing the Saffron party for using Ram Mandir as a pole plank and also questioning construction of a temple at a site where a mosque was demolished. In 2018, asked about the growing demand of construction of a temple in Ayodhya, senior AAP leader Manish Sisodia had suggested building a university there after discussing it with Hindus and Muslims as Ram Rajya would be created through education. When Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Hindu parties in 19, Kejriwal has welcomed the verdict and said it would bring the long-standing dispute to an end and urged people to maintain peace and harmony. Later, when the Bhumi Pujan of Ram Temple took place in 2020, he put out a tweet congratulating the country and said he wished that with the blessings of Lord Rama, the country would be freed from hunger, illiteracy and poverty and India would emerge as the most powerful country in the world. Ahead of the consecration ceremony, AAP has organized Sundarkand Path across Delhi and held Shobha Yatras and Bhandaras throughout Delhi on January 22 to mark the Pran Pratishtha. On the eve of the Republic Day, Kejriwal said his party was running the government in Delhi inspired by the concept of Ram Rajya. The BJP-led centre has told the implementations of the AAP's government doorstep ration delivery scheme. Delhi Minister Atishi alleged on Sunday, appealing to people to vote for her party in Lok Sabha polls to fight for their rights in Parliament. She said the Ghar Ghar Ration scheme was launched in Punjab on Saturday. It was successfully launched in the state as there was no lieutenant governor there to stop it. Atishi, whose party is in power in Punjab and Delhi, said. In Delhi, the scheme was passed by the cabinet in 2018 and was notified in 21, but it has not been implemented yet, as the centre, through his representative, the Lieutenant Governor, has told its implementation, she said. She appealed to people in Delhi to vote for AAP in Lok Sabha polls. The national capital has seen parliamentary seats all with BJP. If you want that this scheme should be implemented in Delhi, please vote for the AAP, Atishi said. Delhi BJP President Virendra Sachdeva rubbished Atishi's statement, calling it false. The central government provides the Kejriwal government free rations for 72 lakh people along with regular sales ration, he said. For the last 5 years, the Kejriwal government has neither lifted either type of ration from FCI center store on time or distributed it on time, which is why rations often remain undistributed for 2 months in Delhi, he said. He added that the AAP government wanted to distribute rations received from the centre under the Food Security Act in its own name through the doorstep delivery scheme, which was unlawful and was halted by their Lieutenant Governor in 21. Atishi was checked with the Punjab government that even they will not include the FCA ration in the doorstep ration distribution, he said. He said that if the Kejriwal government so wishes, it can purchase rations through FCI or from the open market and distribute it under the door-to-door scheme. No one is stopping them from distributing their own rations under the door-to-door scheme, he said. Such a mandate will empower Bhagwant Mann to serve people with even greater dedication and expedite resolutions of your issues, Kejriwal said. Describing his party as a 10-year-old baby, Kejriwal said AAP has formed government in two states within that time frame and won assembly seats in Gujarat and Goa. This fielding party of a decade has instilled fear in major political entities like BJP, even haunting them in their dreams. Wherever we fight elections, we secure so many votes. Today, BJP fear that if AAP continues to grow like this, then there will be an AAP government and center, Kejriwal said, and added that they want AAP to be crushed and finished. Arrest our leaders, defame AAP, they make new accusations every day. He said AAP can undertake work that BJP cannot if you give courage. He said AAP can undertake work that BJP cannot. If you have courage, then do some work. Kejriwal challenged BJP. For 30 years, it has been running a government in Gujarat and for 15 years in Madhya Pradesh, and they could not set a single school right. They did nothing, he said. Alleging that centre has withheld rupees 8,000 crore funds meant for Punjab, Kejriwal said this amount could have been utilized on building roads and hospitals. Why they are stopping us, he said. Prime Minister Modi on Sunday exuded confidence that BJP on its own will win more than 370 seats in the coming Lok Sabha elections. Addressing a rally at tribal-dominated Jhabura district, Modi said even the opposition now realizes that country's moods and its functionaries have started saying that BJP-led NDA is going to win at least 400 seats. I have also heard about NDA going to win 400 seats in the general elections, but BJP on its own is going to win more than 370 seats. Modi said, adding that he is giving a jadi booty to people to help achieve their target. You all have to do one thing, take out the number of votes BJP polled in last 3 elections and ensure that at least 370 new votes are polled for BJP in the upcoming polls. He said many BJP functionaries in the front row of the public meeting linked the target of 370 seats to Modi government achievement of nullifying Article 370. In 23 assembly polls, people of MP sent Congress on leave, and 24 general elections, Congress will get wiped out from the state. Modi said Madhya Pradesh has witnessed 2 eras, the current era of BJP's double-engine government and the earlier black era of Congress regime. When Congress was in office, MP used to be counted among Bimaru states. He added, adding a loot and food are oxygen for Congress. Congress never worried for your villages. Is always worried about its own palace. Congress was apathetic towards developing your areas while we are working hard to fill up all the pits they had dug. Modi said, mentioning BJP government scheme for uplift of tribals. Tribal community is not a vote bank for BJP. It is the pride of the nation. Tribal community is a guarantee of our country's bright future, and your respect and development is Modi's guarantee. It's Modi's resolution to fulfill all dreams of tribals, he added. For the first time, question papers for recruitment of Central Armed Police Forces constable will be set not only in Hindi and English but also in 13 Indian regional languages, benefiting lakhs of aspirants from non-Hindi speaking states. These languages include Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Odia, Urdu, Punjabi, Manipuri, Konkani. The first constable examination for jobs in CRPF, BSF, ITBP and CISF in 15 languages to be conducted by Staff Selection Commission from February 20 to March 7 will see 48 lakh candidates taking it across 128 cities. A senior government officer told that the move was an initiative of Home Minister Amit Shah to increase participation of youth in central forces and also promote original language. Offering this exam in 15 languages will improve regional candidate selection prospects and offer them equal opportunity at employment, while also increasing the exam's reach among candidates from across the country, the officer said. Shah meanwhile posted on X, it is a decisive step towards realizing PM Modi's vision to facilitate the faculties of our youth force with the power of their mother languages. Constable GD examination is one of the flagship tests conducted by SSC. The Home Ministry had last year signed an MOU with SSC to facilitate conduct of the test in 13 regional languages in addition to Hindi and English. As many as 90 people, including 77 MLAs and 9 non-legislators, have been granted cabinet rank by Karnataka Siddaramaiah government ever since it took office in 9 months ago. Sources said such a contingent is perhaps the largest ever in Karnataka government history. With Congress scoring the big win in the May 23 polls, leading to claim galore from different sections of the party, 77 of its 135 MLAs and 4 MLCs have been given the prestigious rank. These include ministries, chairpersons of board and corporations, multiple advisors to CM and even chief whips of the governing party in both assembly and council. Besides, 9 minister appointed advisors to CM with the rank and status as cabinet minister are members of neither of the houses. They include Congress victory mastermind Sunil this and this. What does a cabinet rank status entail? Apart from the inherent heft, a cabinet rank person can hire as many as 14 member staff, get a car with police escort and higher salary. However, Department of Personal and Administrative Reforms officials suggest that none of the cabinet rank legislator appointed to boards and corporations and as chief whips as political secretariats has higher salaries. NCP chief Sharad Pawar on Sunday said that never had a political party been taken away from its founder. He was talking in Pune for the first time after EC's ruling granted NCP name and symbol to faction led by his nephew in Maharashtra, Deputy CM Ajit Pawar. EC's decision was shocking. It not only took away the symbol but handed over entire party to other group. This has never happened before, but EC made it happen, Pawar said. Pawar camp has challenged EC's verdict in Supreme Court. Pawar said people would not support poll panel's order. I have contested elections on different symbols in past. Party symbol has limited use for people, ideology and thought are more important, he said it. Replying to a question about getting a symbol, Pawar said we have not yet sought any symbol. EC is expected to give us an appointment on either Monday or Tuesday and is likely to be finalized then. Responding to recent remarks from Ajit Pawar in Baramati that some people may make an emotional appeal to voters by protesting upcoming Lok Sabha elections as their last election, Pawar said, I had declared long ago that I will not be contesting elections. People of Baramati are wise and they know who has worked for them and who have brought pride to them and they will vote accordingly. To NCP Minister Chhagan Bhujbal and this on Sunday said party workers wants Maharashtra's Deputy CM Ajit Pawar to become CM and they have to work hard to fulfill this dream in state assembly polls later this year. They said this at an event in presence of Ajit Pawar. Bhujbal said NCP will have to take all sections including OBCs, minorities and tribals together to fulfill this dream. We have to take strength from all sections to do it and work on principles of Shahuji Maharaj, Jyotiba Phule and B.R. Ambedkar, he added. Ajit Pawar told his fellow followers to not keep talking about CM position and urged them to get more people to join NCP. Decision to split from Sharad Pawar led party was taken to ensure that NCP was not behind any other political party, he added. Former Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Modi and senior functionary Saroj Pandey were among the noticeable omissions in the list of BJP candidates for Rajya Sabha polls in which former Union Minister in UPA RPN Singh was nominated from UP along with Sudhanshu Trivedi, the only one to be renominated so far. The list was seen as a very strong indication that several Rajya Sabha members will be fielded in the Lok Sabha polls or assigned organizational responsibilities, a cue from PM Modi's recent remarks of a journey from Rajya Sabha to Jan Sabha. Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar, who represents Karnataka, and the party chief spokesperson Anil Baluni, the outgoing MP from Uttarakhand, has been replaced with fresh faces amid indications that they may contest the Lok Sabha polls. Some like Narayan K from Karnataka and Devendra Pratap Singh from Chhattisgarh are little known but have been rewarded for their years of work for party, something BJP leadership values. Singh is from the erstwhile Gond royal family and replaces Saroj Pandey. Bihar has 6 vacancies and both NDA and the opposition are likely to win 3 seats each going by their current strength. JDU, a BJP ally, is likely to name its candidate for 1 seat. BJP candidates from the state are Dharmashila Gupta and Bhim Singh. None of the union ministers whose terms are coming to an end were named. However, the party is yet to name many candidates including from Gujarat, MP and Maharashtra. Union Minister Mansukh Mandavia and Purushottam Rupala from Gujarat, Dharmendra Pradhan and L. Murugan, both of whom represented Madhya Pradesh, and Narayan Rane from Maharashtra are among those retiring. Former Haryana BJP President Subhash Barala Jat will be party's candidate from the state and Samik Bhattacharya from West Bengal. Besides relying on new faces, BJP has maintained a balance of caste equation in picking its candidates. Election for 56 Rajya Sabha seats spread across 15 states are scheduled to be held on February 27. 10 seats are falling vacant in UP, 9 are from BJP, Anil Jain, Anil Agarwal, this and this. Given BJP's strength in the UP Assembly, the party can get 7 candidates elected. Sources said the party may field 8 candidates amid speculation of Jain Chaudhary-led RLD allying with it. RLD has 9 MLAs who can potentially add to BJP's numeral strength. India allies are nudging Congress to contest both the seats in Jammu, while the party is eager to contest only 1 seat in the region and wants to go for the other in Kashmir or Ladakh. The seat sharing discussions in J&K are stuck on the regional distribution of seats among Congress, National Conference and PDP. Top sources said Congress has staked claim to one of the 2 seats in Jammu, one of 3 in Kashmir and the sole one in Ladakh, but NC and PDP are urging Congress to fight in Jammu region. Over the last 2 elections, Jammu has emerged as an impregnable fort of BJP and there appears a reluctance among regional parties to try their luck there. However, Congress is resisting allies' push to confine itself to Jammu. Sources said to agreement between NC and PDP should not be a problem, but Congress is urging its case for a better distribution for berths in the UT. Uncertainty continues to dog the opposition camp as alliance or seat sharing formula across states have not been finalized. While Congress and AAP were unlikely to join hands in Punjab, there is uncertainty about Delhi too. Given that Arvind Kejriwal announced his party will go solo in the national capital, Maharashtra is said to be near conclusion while Jharkhand is practically sorted given the cohesion between Congress and JAM. In Bihar, RJD and Congress will divide the seats afresh after the exit of Nitish Kumar's JDU. However, West Bengal remains a hurdle for Congress as TMC is refusing to give it more than 2 seats. A day after AAP Supremo and Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal announced plans to contest all 13 Lok Sabha seats in Punjab, AICC President Mallikarjun Kharge on Sunday told party workers to make united efforts to help the party win all the seats. Addressing the inaugural Punjab Congress Workers' Convention at Samrala near Khair, Khadge said, "We are forging an alliance across all states. In some states, talks have been fruitful, and in others, we have not been successful in reaching a consensus. But you should understand that we have to fight alone, and fight till to end to win." Pointing to an unsuccessful attempt to stitch an alliance with AAP in Punjab, Khadge said, "What came from this alliance is welcome, and what did not come is also fine. It is about Punjab or any other state. The alliance is about removing the Modi. We are fighting from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and Bengal to Gujarat. All should participate in this fight." Punjab PCC Chief Amrinder Singh Raja vowing that they should win all seats in state. "We will extirpate them in Punjab," he said. Khadge also formally announced his party support to the ongoing stir of farmers against the centre's failure of implement their demands